by number 26, Lafayette Thompson. Tackle made by number 11, Michael Boganowski.
Here with Michael Boganowski, homecoming night at Junction City. The Blue Jays fall to Washburn Rural, but a physical second half. You weren't able to complete it, but big hit on a punt return. But I guess, what's your overall assessment, though, of your guys fighting back here in the second half against a really good Junior Blues team?
I think we did a lot of good things defensively. I think like next week during preparation, I think we need to focus a little bit more on offense, like offensively getting things going. Like I know we didn't get things going for a while there, so you got to win games. You got to have an offense to win games.
Okay, well, let's cut to the chase. Recruiting. That's why I'm here. That's what all the fans want to know with you. Randy Shannon was here from Florida State, I understand, for a little bit of the afternoon and most of the game. Talk to us a little bit about where Florida State is in the mix and kind of what the conversation was like with Coach Shannon today.
I think they're just in the mix as everybody else. I know they don't really get talked about as much. Like they're probably maybe like, I guess you could say an underdog, but you know, the opportunity to get coached by a guy like that, you know, he's coached Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, like guys of that nature. So like the opportunity to get coached by him really stands out to me.
Is that a place that you would consider going back to?
Most definitely.
On an official visit?
Nothing set up, but
I was gonna say,
if I were to take one, it would be.
What does your kind of schedule look like the rest of the way? Like, do you have availability where you could do something like that, or is it going to be tight?
I think it'd be pretty tight.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Pretty tight.
With Kansas State, Coach Kleiman was here tonight. What message does that send from the Wildcats to have the head coach in attendance? I know they're geographically the closest to have the head coach here, but what does that say to you?
I mean, it just shows the importance. Like, he doesn't have to come here, but him coming out here just definitely means a lot.
How often do you talk with Coach Kleiman personally? I know you and Coach Standard are close, Coach Kleinerman, but what about you and the head coach?
I'd say we talk every few weeks. Definitely every few weeks. We talked a little bit last night, so. Yeah.
So he gave you a heads up that he would be in town then?
He did.
Again, you've been to K-State not that long ago. I'm trying to remember what game it was. Was it the Troy game?
Troy, yeah.
What continues to stand out about that defense?
You know what I'm saying? How they say they're going to use me, that definitely sticks out. Like the relationship with Coach Standard, I know that if I'm doing my part, he'll do his part and try to get me on the field as long as I'm ready. So
I believe the student section had a couple signs for you. Is that different than other places that you've been?
Yeah, that was wild. That was definitely a first. That's the first time the student section so loved. So that was great to see.
So you've been to K-State again. You've been to OU again. You've been to Kansas again. I guess fans are probably curious. What is next for you? What are you waiting to see or feel?
I don't think I'm waiting to see. I think I just need to make up my mind, like do some thinking, talk with my family, and just see what the best decision is.
Do you feel any more pressure now than you did like in July, or is it kind of the same?
Not so much anymore now.
Are coaches, do you feel pressure from coaches that they're antsy or anything like that?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
But at the end of the day, that you feel like this is your process, you're going to take it and not be influenced? Sure.
Yes,
what about at home? Is mom and dad pressuring you to make a decision?
No. They're real supportive, letting it be mine. Like they said, ultimately, I'm the one that's going to have to live it. So they'll always give their input, but they said ultimately it's my decision.
Very nice. So ultimately for you, this is a type of thing where if it comes down to a signing day decision, it could go that far. I want to go back real quick to position. You mentioned everybody kind of sees you the same, but also different. Talk about KU, Oklahoma, and K-State and how they have each kind of defined your role on what you would be for them.
So at K-State, more the Sam backer spot. So KU, kind of the hawk. And then at Oklahoma, they run a whole bunch of stuff
right.
defensively. So, I mean, yeah.
How closely are you watching those programs? And we'll throw Florida State in there as well. And how much do you weigh in what each team is doing this season, or are you looking more at an overall picture?
I'd say I'm definitely paying attention, like seeing how everybody's playing, looking at the positions that I potentially play, seeing if I can see myself playing there, and just seeing how they're doing, like winning, losing, because ultimately wherever I want to go, I want to be winning. So.
Here's one more thing I forgot to ask when I was mentioning Coach Kleiman's here. 3 K-State players were here. DJ Giddens, obviously a Junction City alum, but also Randon Plattner. Joe Jackson, running back, was also with DJ. Does that have any impact, the fact that, those guys take time out of their Friday night to come over and hang out?
It does. They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that. So them coming down here showing love, that definitely shows something.
Okay, last question for you. Refresh fans' memories on kind of what the criteria are that you're going to be starting to weigh more heavily when you think about the visits, when you think about the academics and everything. What could you narrow down like your top 3 factors that are going to carry the most weight when decision time comes?
I'd say the culture of the program, the fit, relationship with the coaches, with the team, and I'd say the opportunity to play relatively early.